Heimdall's ringing horn announced that the day of the final battle had finally arrived. The forces of chaos, commanded by Loki, were eager to put an end to the reign of the Aesir gods, ready to use every available means to achieve such a goal. The Asgardian gods knew that the great battle was inevitable, and they had prepared themselves for the great day for thousands of years. The gates of Valhalla were opened, and thousands of warriors stepped out of the Great Hall and formed Odin's great army. This army comprised the bravest warriors who, while they were alive, died fighting bravely in the battlefields. They were taken by the Valkyries to the Hall of Valhalla, where they waited to again display all their courage while fighting alongside the gods during the Ragnarok. All the gods capable of wielding a weapon joined the fighters. The massive army of the Muspelheim giants tried to shatter the Asgardian gates. The Bifrost bridge collapsed in the process, and part of the great army fell into the waters. The Asgardians cherished as the giants drowned in the river waters, but the gods knew that their destiny was not to hide behind the powerful walls constructed by the giant builder. Their destiny was to honorably face the forces of darkness in the open field. So Odin, on his glorious 8-legged horse, ordered the attack. The army of the gods advanced against their enemies. When their enemies clashed, the impact was so immense that it made Yggdrasil, the tree of the worlds, tremble. Thor, the champion of the gods, wanted to smash the heads of thousands of giants and was killing his enemies by the hundreds. The ice giants were led by Hyrm during the final battle, fighting Odin's ranks with great courage. Loki guided Hel's armies of living dead, composed of the dead who had experienced an unworthy death. Frey, the Vanir god, fought bravely on his golden boar next to the Asgardians. The valiant god attacked Surtur, the mighty leader of the Muspelheim fire giants. Frey did his very best, but that was not enough to defeat Surtur, who killed the Vanir god with his flaming sword. Before his death, Frey regretted having given his magic sword to Skirmir, since everything could have ended differently if he had had it in his hands. Frey was the first god to crumble on the battlefield, and many others would follow him. Tyr, the warrior god who sacrificed his hand for the gods in order to trap the wolf Fenrir, also fell after facing Garm, the powerful wolf of Hel, who defended the world of the dead. However, before his death, Tyr still managed to stick his sword into the hellish beast's heart. The battlefield was shaken when Jormungandr, the serpent of the world, appeared ready to fight. The creature unleashed a mist of venomous gases that killed the warriors of the gods. After encountering the serpent, Thor felt an immense impetus because he had been waiting for the decisive battle between him and his old rival. The fight between Thor and Jormungandr was nothing short of epic. The gigantic serpent attempted to swallow the Asgardian hero as the latter dodged his strikes and counterattacked with powerful hammer blows. The god of thunder managed to hit Jormungandr, forcing it to plunge into the ground, wounded. Thor unleashed a deadly blow to the serpent's head. The Asgardian gods and warriors cherished their champion's victory. Nevertheless, Thor's strike was so strong that it shattered Jormungandr's poisoned pockets, spreading a venomous cloud around Thor. Thor dropped on his knees and fell dead, poisoned. Without his ultimate champion, the battle against the forces of chaos became even more difficult for the gods. Fenrir, the giant wolf and son of Loki, devoured all those who opposed him, but he wanted to find Odin, his mortal enemy. The supreme god of Asgard knew that his destiny was to fight the terrifying wolf, Loki's son, and he did not run away from that opportunity. Odin spurred Sleipnir and advanced against Fenrir. But Odin's destiny was not to get out of this clash alive. Fenrir opened his massive mouth and devoured the father of all. The gigantic wolf mocked the gods after his victory against Aesir's wisest. That vexation filled Vidar's heart with hate, Odin's son. His fury gave him massive strength. Vidar attacked Fenrir, and the latter tried to bite him, but Vidar stuck his feet into the wolf's tongue and, with his strong arms, pushed his teeth away. The strength he put in was so colossal that he tore Fenrir's jaw in half. The gigantic wolf was dead. Even with his son's death, Loki felt satisfied with the carnage while watching the fall of the gods, one after the other. Heimdall, the guardian of the Rainbow Ridge, advanced between the army of the dead of Hel, making his way to Loki. Heimdall and Loki dueled, and the plasticity of the quarrel made it look like a deadly dance. Loki and Heimdall hit each other several times. The duel did not have a winner, and both died. The giant Surtur burned the world with his sword. The flames took over everything. There were no fighters on the side of the living, nor on the side of the dead. Only ashes remained. The flames reached Asgard, and the palaces were consumed by rivers of fire. The water level of the oceans rose to form a major flood. There was nothing else on Earth. The age of the Aesir gods was over. The waters that swept the earth receded, and in the earth that emerged after the flood, plants started to blossom again. A new sun emerged and put an end to the darkness that had taken over the earth. The Yggdrasil tree did not withstand the damage during the Ragnarok and fell, but inside the great ash tree, a secret surprise was concealed. The gods had hidden a couple of mortal beings so that the human race could resist the events of Ragnarok. The world would be repopulated again thanks to the love of this couple. The Asgardian kingdom had disappeared, but a new kingdom called Ithvalor would take its place. 6 gods took their seats in Ithvalor, the sons of Odin. Vidar, who killed Fenrir, and his brother Vali were there. The sons of Thor, Magni, and Mothi carried the god of thunder's hammer, standing for this new kingdom. Balder, the most beloved of the gods, remerged from the world of the dead, who together with Hother rose to take the last seats. There, they remembered the old traditions and discussed the future, trying not to repeat the mistakes of the past. The gods found the golden chess pieces used in the gods' games, and just like their parents, they began a new round of the ancestral game. A new cycle was beginning.